Hello, this is Eric Spivey. I'm pastor at First Baptist Church, Gainesville, Florida. I want to welcome you into our sanctuary. Back in March, I sent a pastoral letter to our congregation as we began the pandemic, outlining our new ways that we were going to be and do church as we figured out what this pandemic was all going to be about. I never imagined when we arrived a couple of months later that we would still be struggling with the complexities of gathering again. Today, this week, we are sending you a new pastoral letter, this one from our deacon chair, Eddie Baker, and myself, outlining the next phase of ministry for our church as we move into the summer and June and July. There's a lot of complexity as we make this next step. And it's a simple question, but with lots of integral parts of keeping people safe. And the simple question is this: how do we gather again in person and keep one another safe? Ourselves safe, our fellow sacred partners, our staff, and even our community. It actually is one of the hardest pastoral leadership questions I've faced in my 29 years of ministry. But I haven't faced it alone. What we've been doing is we've gathered our pastoral staff, our church council, and our deacons on a regular basis to begin to just work our way through this question. We've done lots of research, working to get training from professionals, from congregational professionals, cleaning professionals, medical professionals. We've done lots of listening and networking around the country. And we've also done a lot of listening with you, our church congregation. And what we've realized is that we are a very risk-diverse church. We have some of you who are ready to come and be a part of this church, and whenever we open the doors, you have missed it so much that you'll come, and for that I'm thankful. We have others that will not come again until there's a vaccine because they cannot risk the health challenges if they got the virus. Most of us, we've learned, fall somewhere in between and are living in this idea of cautious risk. And it's because of that cautious risk that we are coming together to you today to think about a next phase of ministry. During June and July, our primary ministry will continue to be digital, online, living room worship, Bible studies, age-graded ministries, still connecting in all the ways that we have done over the past couple of months, and also still paying attention to our care rings. But we also are going to work this summer to develop a in-person gathering. We're going to do it on Wednesday nights. Still not quite sure what we'll call it. I'm thinking Wednesday night live Bible study. I'm even going to teach a wonderful book called the Book of Revelation. Tales of the End will be the Bible study, and I think you will love it. It'll be a great reason to come out. I mean, what better time to study Revelation than the middle of a pandemic? But what this Wednesday night gathering will do is it will allow us as a church to learn the processes and the ways to keep you safe when you come. And there are lots of steps that we're going to have to take. At the same time, it will teach us as we come together how to be socially distant in a way to gather together, but also to keep one another safe. Our hope is by the end of the summer, we'll begin to shift those two priorities. So our priority will become in-person worship on Sunday mornings with still a digital online component that is still very, very good quality. And so we've already begun the process of stepping into those new priorities. You'll see hopefully new upgrades in our digital technology. You should have seen it in the past week in our worship service. You'll continue to see it get better week to week, as well as we begin the process of getting all the supplies that we're going to need when we begin to gather together. As we move into this next stage, I want to first of all say thank you. Over the past couple of months, you have provided encouragement and support for myself as pastor, for Pastor Lynn, for Don, for all of our congregation staff and church leaders. And for that, I'm so thankful. You've also continued to support the church. We have done well financially. We've been able to keep all of that going smoothly. We've even continued to pay down our Nehemiah plan, and we are on track to have that paid off before the end of the year. And for that, I give you thanks. As we move forward, I want you to know that my guiding prayer as we go through all these complexities, as we all live into the stresses of these new day, is that my prayer is that God will lead us and guide us in ways that will protect us emotionally, physically, and spiritually, and that we'll be able to care for one another in all those different ways as we gather in public, as we gather in the sanctuary, and as we gather online. Know that that is my deep prayer for you. It's the part that drives all of the decisions that I've helped us to craft. I look forward to the day that we are all back in the sanctuary together. It's going to happen, but we want to do it smoothly over the course of the next few months. I'm grateful for you, and I look forward to seeing you in person. Thanks be to God.